I'm with the person that I am with now because sometimes I don't know, like I just feel like God would tell me to give him a chance, which is so weird. But like, y'all be like, "Oh God, girl, you're being dramatic," but it's so weird. There was times that I used to be like depressed and I was like sad, and like my mind just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And for some reason, when I had those weird episodes, that's when that's when a motherfucker would like hit me up or text me out of the mood, checking on me and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? And before I popped out, before I even give any clue who I was talking to or anything, I built a friendship. I built a friendship. I got to know the person. They get to know me. And we still getting to know each other, but most importantly, I feel very young. I feel very refreshed. For a very long time, I felt like I was a 45-year-old just that didn't know nothing. And I think that people just don't understand because I don't really be yeah, I be putting my business out there, but I don't think my that people understand like just things that I like literally like went through. Because everybody's be like, "Oh, you left somebody because they were cheating on you," and blah, blah, blah. It's just more than the cheating. It's just like I don't know, just like the constant lies, the gaslighting. Shit was becoming a liability. You know how many weak ass rap bitches, from the biggest to the lowest. I feel like all they had, because a bitch can't sub me for nothing. A bitch can't talk shit about me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bad bitch from head to motherfucking toe. Bad bitch from head to toe. I could rap. I do numbers. My kids look cute. I got good jewelry, good cars, property owner. You know what I'm saying? A bitch can diss me or play me in nothing. Bitch can talk about shit about me in nothing. There was all or every single time that they talk shit about me was because of one thing. When you start becoming a liability and you start to get in between my work, I could even diss these whack bitches. Because every single time I diss them, they always bring up that one fucking thing. One fucking person. I was getting in between my work. I'm not gonna lie and not say that motherfuckers wasn't helping me with my work. When I say helping, I'm not talking about writing or none of that shit. Just helping me, because we did help each other with our jobs. But it's like you helping me and yet you destroying me at the same time. Because from the smallest bitches with no fucking certification, with no nothing, with talentless as fuck, will diss me just over one person. Had to go. You becoming a liability to my work, you gotta go. Now these bitches gonna pay because now y'all can talk shit about nothing.
On the theme of relationship stuff, you know what I'm saying? Um, I always say, as I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So he who sees it, if you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? However way it works for you, because at the end of the day, it's not my relationship. So if she feels that God is leading her to Steffon Diggs because, when at the right time, because, everything, some people believe in divine timing and, there are no coincidences. She's saying that when she feels down and, or in the dumps, that's magically when this man decides to hit her up. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he wouldn't know that she's feeling that way, but unless she posted it, but he would hit her up and all that. It would seem like divine timing, and then you dealing with an individual where, as you said, it was bad for business. People just, the most thing people can say about you is about your man. Your man being, just fucking around doing this. Even though she says he helps with music, maybe probably emotionally feeling good and stuff like that, whatever it is. But eventually it will get to you. You know what I mean? And I can understand that. Looking at Cardi B and this Cardi B Offset, Steffon Diggs, this whole thing. Um, I really think that it's part of what I was saying. Like, your best friend today can be your worst enemy tomorrow. There's no predictors in this relationship marriage thing. I keep saying it. Like, I keep saying this shit. Like, there's no formula for this shit, bro. Like, no matter what you think, no matter how you think, there is no formula. There's no guarantee that this person is going to be the person for the rest of your life. Even if you try to work on it, like most people say, work on it. there's no guarantee. The question I have for people that believe that you can always work on and make it work: would you rather live a short life of happiness or a long life of misery? You know what I'm saying? It depends on, and there's nothing wrong with either one, depending on what you want. You can say it's a win-win situation. You live in long, but you're not exactly living good, and then you live in short, but it's so good, what I'm saying, that you might want it to last longer. So you could say it's a lose-lose or win-win situation, either or. But ultimately, it's your choice. You know what I'm saying? So that idea of people always saying, "Oh, you can make it work," and they tell you look at the previous marriages and all that. Let's really look at the previous marriages. You know what I'm saying? Technology is the reason why people feel like, oh man, things are bad now. But that's not the case. Exposure. What technology has done is expose a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would say technology has actually helped, because now human beings can learn from other human beings across the world, different cultures, all that good stuff, to help us integrate our mind together. While some people feel like that information is too much, but in reality, I mean, society, when humans started, we probably started small and everybody knew everybody, and all that. Think about little villages and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't just act up because all that stuff connected. So I don't think technology or social media, whatever it is bad per se. I think it's, of course, every tool is how you use it. I think in this situation, me personally, I think learning from other people's experiences, knowing what other people are going through, can help you go. If you're going through shit, you know what I'm saying, and it looks like everybody's just living good because you don't know what's really going on, but then you get more information and find out, oh, these people are going through similar things I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they might be handling it differently, but they're going through similar. It might help you deal with your stuff. Some other people, they might feel depressed, but you get what I'm saying. It's all still individual based, but I don't think social media is the problem in this situation. As people always think, oh, it was better back in the day. No. In this Cardi B and Offset situation, I definitely think it's what I be saying. There's no formula, right? It worked out as long as it could. First of all, cheating is never something I support. I've never supported that shit. It's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? If you make an agreement with somebody, not just in relationships, business, friendships, whatever it might be, stick to your agreement. If you cannot handle that, then get out of the agreement by letting the other party know. Don't be doing stuff, and claiming, oh, I love you, emotions and all that. Bruh, and every time I say this, men be all like, man, you don't understand. I'm like, bro, what do you think I don't understand? But don't give me an emotional response. Give me a logical response. The problem is emotions, right? If you're not able to balance your emotions, and that's why people always like, you don't understand. Why would I just leave? I've built all this stuff with somebody, and then you think I'm just leave from infidelity? Bro, no, you're going to stay with them and keep piling on the shit to the point where eventually one of you is going to be willing or ready to leave, and the other person ain't going to be, and then it's going to feel like the world is crashing around you. You know what I'm saying? Whoever is going to be feeling like the world's crashing, when you could have just ended the situation early, saved yourself the future heartbreak. But now you feel like, I've already put all this time in, and you're going to keep piling that time only for it to hurt you worse down the line. I don't see the logic in that. You know what I'm saying? I really just don't see it. So all that argument, people tell me, man, you don't understand. Yes, I don't understand. I'm not even trying to understand, because that don't make no damn sense to me. It seems like some stupid shit to me. You know what I'm saying? You respond emotionally, you're going to get an emotional reply back. That's just how that goes. In this situation, bro, it just didn't work, right? And just similar to the DDG situation, DDG and Halle Berry situation, it didn't work out, and they got kids together. They're trying to figure it out. They both got money. All these individuals we're talking about so far got money. So money is not the problem. Emotion is the problem. Balancing the emotion and knowing how to regulate themselves is what the issue was. Now, how they gonna go about that? That's, but there's no formula for this shit, bro. Your first love, second love, third, the love of your life today can be your worst enemy tomorrow, but that's just fucking life, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to accept it, you don't believe me, you think working it out, you can work it out. Okay. Look, as I said, if you really feel that way, look at the past. Look at the past. How many what's it called, baby mama situation or single family homes do we have in the past? There was not that much technology then. You know what I'm saying? People who say, oh, it's based on circumstances. Fuck all that. If it really worked, it would work regardless of circumstance. That's not realistic, right? It's just we are human beings, bro, and we are in life. It's not clear cut. Shit happens. That's just what life is. Bro, you know what I'm saying? What life is about is, I think the way I see life is trying to break you. That's in general. No matter how rich you are, poor you are, life is trying to break you. Once you break, you lose. It's like a game in a sense. You can call it like a RPG, GTA, whatever it is. Life is trying to break you. So you just trying to last as long as you can. The longer you live with and more occasions of happiness you have within this life experience, the better you are, the more winning you are in life. But to think that it's always going to be smooth, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? And also to think that, life is just, it should be a certain way. Everybody should be experiencing life the same way. It's also the stupidest shit I've heard in the world. Variation is the flavor of life. Variation on all dimensions, good, bad, evil, you know what I'm saying? Happiness, sadness, you know what I'm saying? All that, rich, poor, that's life. And that's why I keep stressing there's no formula for this shit. Just enjoy what you can and try to be as true to yourself as you can, because at the end of the day, that coffin fits for only you. You came in this world on your own. I say this on this channel a lot. You came in this world on your own, you gonna go on your own. You ain't gonna go with your kids, your parents, your husband, none of that shit. Your wife, it's not realistic, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same shit with this situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's saying she feels, God connecting her to bruh Diggs. Hey, that's her interpretation of it after coming out of this situation, bruh. What's it called? What's bruh name? Offset feel like, saying she finessing, and they got all this extra stuff out of all this thing going on. She feels that, hey, at the end of the day, bruh, it's their relationship, not ours. What we can learn from that is understanding that there's just no formula. Enjoy what you have till you don't have it no more, and move on. That's always been my advice. You cannot work on some shit that's already not. If it's over, it's over. Trying to quote unquote work on it, of course, try. I'm not saying don't try. Of course, try. But once you realize it's really done, there's nothing there no more. Let it go. Move on. You know what I'm saying? It's every day you sleep and you wake up, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you don't wake up the next day, it's the end of the story. What you gonna be in the afterlife trying to force yourself back into this bitch? You know what I'm saying? This is just life, man. But yeah, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? It's just my opinion. And that's always what I'm gonna give. My opinion. Whether you agree with it or not, it's how I think about it. Of course, if anybody got something more logical to give me than emotional response ain't helping shit. Give me a logical explanation, something logical that you think will really work. Of course, we can chop it up. You know what I'm saying? But from what I've seen and what I've observed so far, my experience in life and other people that I know's experience of life, there ain't no formula. The only formula is you should enjoy your life and how you interpret it within your values and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Almighty push. My one story, know that's also needs a lesson. Now that in, so one I back the other in.